Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's been quite a while and we are in the middle of winter here in the UK. With the long dark evenings, it is so tempting just to curl up on the couch and lounge in front of the TV for many hours of the evening. However, that does nothing for our flexibility and mobility. So I have for you in this video 5 simple stretches that you can do utilising your sofa, so you can still carry on watching your favourite TV programme. So the first one that we are going to do, you are going to stay on the sofa, but rather than leaning towards the back, you're going to bring yourself to the edge of the sofa and just take one ankle and place it on the opposite knee. So we have our right ankle here over the left knee, and all we are going to do is bring our body forwards a little bit so you're getting a stretch into the hip. Now this knee might be a lot higher than mine. You can encourage it just by using the gentle weight of your hands, just resting lightly on that leg. And you don't have to remain still. You can move from side to side as well, just to bring a little bit of flexibility, mobility into these joints that tend to stiffen up from lots of sitting. Now, as you can see, I've got my foot flexed, pushing the heel away from me here. Depending on your flexibility and your movement, you can take it further by bringing yourself forward. Just work to wherever you are in this particular moment. So we're not pushing it, we're just going to a point where you're feeling a stretch. You can hold it, you can breathe, and then maybe move it forward when you're ready. And when you've held that, maybe for 1 to 2 minutes, maybe longer, it's entirely up to you. We just swap it over and we come on to the opposite side. Now this side seems to be a lot tighter for me. I can see my knee is a lot higher, and that's okay. We're just going to see where we are, pushing that heel away, sitting tall and just breathing into this stretch. I can tell you that I am feeling quite a tight sensation in this hip, so I'm not going to lean forward, but a little bit of gentle rocking from side to side should help. And again, if you're holding these stretches for a few minutes, you will notice that this stretch, the sensation of the stretch eases off a little bit as well. Okay, so when we've done that, we are going to uncross our legs and come straight down to the floor. Now I've got a yoga mat in front of me to sit on. But if you have carpet, then you probably won't need that. It's just that this is quite a hard floor. So the next stretch we're going to do, we're just going to bring the soles of the feet together. They can be as close into your body or a little bit further away if that feels easier. And again, finding movement. You've got the sofa behind you for support. So if you edge yourself back, you've got that support behind you. So then hopefully you won't be rolling forward. And we're just going to give those knees a little bit of a movement here, lifting them up and down, a bit like butterfly wings. This is actually called butterfly pose. So yes, imagine your legs are like butterfly wings and we're just moving them up and down. So again, there is no set time, there are no set repetitions for this. It's just whatever feels good for you. You can set a timer if you want to, or you can just go with the flow, as it were. And when you've been there for a little while, bring yourself slightly forward of your support from your sofa, and we're going to take one leg behind us and we're going to keep the other leg where it is. So we're in this sort of 90-degree angle shape with the legs. You might find yourself listing over to one side, so you can use your hands to support you. Try and keep your spine elevated, and then maybe come into a little twist. So twisting it from one side and then coming back to face the front and just swapping the legs over. Find length through the spine and then twist it to the other side. And just moving between these two. And then maybe with practice, you can go from one side to the other without using your hands. that wasn't the smoothest transition known to man. So the next one we're going to do, we're going to keep one leg in front of us and extend the other leg out to the side. So already just sitting in this position, again, edging yourself back so you have that sofa for support. You're getting that lovely stretch to the inside of the extended leg, and we can stay here. We don't have to bring any movement in, but if you want to take it a little bit further, you can either locate your toe or just rest your hand on your leg, sweep the other arm up, and then find that bend over towards the extended leg. Keeping your top shoulder back, finding that length through the arm, keeping the sit bones rooted down to the floor so we're not rocking all the way over towards one side. Staying here again, maybe for 4 or 5 breaths. And then as we come back to center, all we're going to do is swap it over. So taking the opposite leg in and out, toes facing up, either hooking the toe or resting the hand on the leg as we draw the top arm up and we take it over. Keeping this bottom shoulder away from the ear and this top shoulder rotated backwards, sit bones rooting down to the floor. Honestly, this is such a lovely stretch. You're getting the length down the extended side of the body, the length down the extended leg. Honestly, it feels amazing. Bringing yourself back up. Keep that leg where it is. Now this one, perfect. Take the opposite leg out as well, so we have 2 legs extended out, toes facing up. And right away, without any movement, you are getting a nice stretch down the inside of the legs. Again, you have the sofa behind you for support here. And in fact, I'm going to show you another way to use the sofa in a moment. So toes facing up, let them relax if it feels too intense. Bring your fingertips in front of you. Now this is where you can experiment with your flexibility and mobility, and you will notice a difference. The more you practice these stretches, you will notice a difference quite quickly. So we've got our upper body relaxed, fingertips in front of us, and then from here you can begin to walk yourself forward. Just coming a few inches forward, the stretch intensifies, so we stay here and we relax and we breathe deeply. Nice deep breath in, long breath out. Remember, you've got the TV on in the corner maybe to take your mind off any discomfort in these stretches. And then we take another breath and notice if we've got any space to move forward. Your body will tell you whether you have space or not, and if you haven't, don't force it. Just sit with where you are, let the breath blow, let the yoga do its magic. Okay, let's walk it back in. Now the last thing I am going to show you is this exact same stretch, but really using your sofa as a support. So I'm going to turn myself around, find that exact same position, resting my feet, my legs against the front of the sofa. And this time I know I've got my back to you. Bring your arms, your hands onto the couch, maybe even making a pillow out of your forearms and just leaning forward. So you're using the sofa, your chair as a support, but you're still getting that lovely stretch through the legs, maybe through the spine a little bit, maybe even resting your head down in this position. So there are lots of options to choose from. I'll bring myself all the way back round again. And you know what? One of the best things that you can do to improve your mobility, if you're spending a lot of time sitting, either on a sofa, a chair, office work, whatever, we do spend a lot of time sitting, is sit on the floor. Bring yourself down to the floor. If sitting cross-legged like this is uncomfortable and your knees are more in this position, then just grab a cushion or a yoga block. Lift yourself up onto that, and by elevating your hips, it encourages your knees to lower a little bit and just helps the position of your spine as well. So just coming down to the floor, just sitting on the floor and bringing some gentle movements, rocking knees from side to side, taking a leg out, having a stretch over. Just small, simple steps like this will go a long way to improving your mobility. I hope you found this helpful. Please do let me know in the comments if you give it a go. And I look forward to seeing you on the mat again very soon.